Welcome to She Needs Grit. I'm your host, Samantha Varner, profit coach and founder of She Collective. I now run a successful coaching practice, and I'm here to share all that I've learned through my 14 plus years of experience in financial services, public relations, and profit coaching, so you can apply it to building or renovating your business. Profitable businesses are created with just 4 ingredients: grit, confidence, strategy, and simplicity. This podcast is a combination of conversations with gritty entrepreneurial women and no fluff ways to create profit in your business starting today. If you're ready, grab your caffeine and let's get started. Hey, it's Sam Varner and I'm your host of She Needs Grit. And today we're going to talk about building your confidence in business. So as a business owner, it is critical that you have confidence in your abilities and your product or your service, and just confidence deep within you to go out and be the voice and the face of your business. So we're going to talk first a little bit around why it's critical, and then we're going to talk about some of the ways that I believe help you clarify this or help you build that confidence muscle as you move forward in your business. So I think the reality is, one of the biggest reasons I think you want to project confidence in your business is that if you are unsure or you come across as unsure, that doesn't feel great to prospective clients. If when you're talking about your business, you're stumbling or you're not really confident when you talk about the money piece or you're hesitant, that reads weird to people that are potentially thinking about hiring you. It makes them question your ability to do the task that they're looking for. And that is never obviously the impression we want to give to somebody. So although confidence can be hard, right? It can be really hard to muster up in the moment. It's one of those things that by stepping into your confidence, and we're going to talk about some of the ways you can do that, you will really end up creating greater success in your business. The other piece I think that is really critical when we talk about confidence is the fact of some of the things holding you back are probably fear of failure. So worrying that if you say it a certain way, you might be wrong. You might not be able to get the results for the client. You might not be sure because you're early on in your business and you just don't have proof yet that you've done this skill exactly this way with this type of person. You also might be concerned about getting it right, kind of that perfectionist thing, which is really another side of fear of failure. And I guess I want to alleviate that fear for you and have you realize that none of us out here are getting it right. None of us are not failing. Sometimes I come into the podcast studio and I record a podcast really quickly and it's fine and it's done and it's ready to go. Sometimes I come in and I hit record, stop, because I can't seem to get either my thoughts straightened out or my mouth to form the words or just even for it to sound the way that I thought it was going to sound. So I want you to give yourself permission to fail. Give yourself permission to go out there and promote yourself and build your business and know that it's not always going to work. The product you try and launch isn't always going to sell. The service that you decide to create a beautiful package or an excellent course, nobody might buy it. That can happen. And that, of course, will knock your confidence a little bit in the moment. Of course it will. We're human beings. That's going to happen. But what I want you to know is that deep down, you have to have confidence in your ability to roll with it. Know that failure is just a step forward towards success, not the end. And so I really think that working on this confidence muscle, finding ways that you can prove to yourself that you are excellent at what you do regularly will help you feel that more deeply every single time that you engage with somebody. There's a couple of different ways that I think help you build this, and we're going to talk to each one of them a little bit. And then I'm going to tell you a little story at the end of this podcast about how I don't always feel confident in my business either. So the first thing, we're going to start with the first thing, which I think is being really clear with your message. I see a lot of new business owners going out and trying to talk to people about business, talk to people about what they're doing. And every time that they talk about it, it's a little bit different, or it doesn't really make sense, or it's a little bit rambly. I'm sure if you guys have gone to networking events and things, this is often like a 30-second commercial. And it doesn't inspire confidence when people come up and they just look nervous. Now, that's not to say that we can't be nervous, right? We, of course, can. We are nervous. It doesn't matter whether we can or can't. It's not always controllable. But what can be controlled is the practice level that you have put into putting those words together, to saying them out loud, to practicing them in the mirror, to saying them to your spouse or to your dog or to your houseplant over and over and over again. You have to remember that the way that people's first impression of you, it happens so quickly. And so if you're stumbling over your business name or how to get in touch with you or what your contact is, that really doesn't come across as somebody who is confident in their business. Now, that's not always fair because it doesn't mean that you're not excellent at what you do. It just means that the spot you need to work on is the confidence and the portraying that confidence to the audience that you have. Okay, so I really want you to sit down and go through, what is my message? What is my 30-second commercial? What is my response to the mom in the carpool line that happens to say like, hey, what are you working on? And then, hey, what's your business? What are you doing? Have that answer down pat. Have that answer very, very clear, very short, very concise, kind of interesting. That makes all the difference, because if it rolls off your tongue, if it's smooth, the delivery makes you feel more confident and makes her feel confident in your abilities to do your job. So the second thing that I think makes all of the difference in terms of confidence and building your confidence is tracking your wins. This is so critical. So I want you to track the wins of great comments you get from people, times where people send you a really nice message on social media. Just plop that into a spreadsheet. Just copy and paste it in there. I want you to look at, this client signed on, this client re-signed, this client referred someone, which means they really think I'm amazing at what I do. This client shared me with their mom, with their sister, with their brother. This person talked me up at a networking thing and I heard about it later. Put that in there. These results were gotten by my clients. So they wanted to achieve these things. I helped them achieve them. They did them in this time frame, all of that sort of thing. And I want you to track it in a place, so you can be a journal person or you can be a spreadsheet person or a Trello board. Doesn't really matter what method you do, but by creating this tracking, right? By putting your wins in there. And like, I'm talking minutia detail wins and big, big wins. Like, I hit $1,000 in my business for the first time. I made $2,500 in my business every single month this quarter. I hit my first $10,000 month. I'm now making $22,000 a month in my business. Whatever those are, I want you to track them, because there are days where every single entrepreneur will lose that stamina, will lose that confidence, will feel like maybe things aren't going well, or my business is failing, or something's falling apart. And you want to be able to go back and be like, oh, wait, no, listen, I'm going to read through this list. I'm going to pump myself up. I'm going to feel better about things. And then I can get back to the task at hand. So take the time to track your wins. And I really, really recommend to you, track the stuff that's little too, because sometimes it's not the client's sale that is the biggest win. It's the fact that that person mentioned you in a room full of your ideal clients because they thought you were amazing. I want you to track that so you can remember. We can only hold so much in our brains at one time. And by having that list means you don't forget those little moments that are so pivotal to your business success. And keeping in that kind of line of thought, I want you to find your hype squad. So some of us are blessed with people in our lives, be it spouses or families, that both support our business growth and our business decisions and our big dreams. And some of us are not. And either way, having a spouse that wildly supports you and having somebody else who's in the trenches of entrepreneurship is different. So if you can find a number of people whether it's a mastermind group, whether it's a group coaching program, whether it is a handful of women that you meet at a coffee shop on a regular time frame. And they're going to be the ones who are going to be like, no, you're amazing. This is great. I love what you did here. I believe that you can do this. I believe you can hit your goals. On those days that it feels really hard and you're having trouble with your belief, you want those people to be able to rally behind you and boost you back up until you can get there yourself. Okay? So we're not looking for them for external validation. We're not looking for them to provide something to make us feel better about our decisions, that sort of thing. What we're looking for is them to just be your cheerleaders. They are behind you. They are rah, rah, rah as you go through this. And they will do that on the days it feels great and the days it feels hard. And if you're struggling to find a win in your business, I want these people to be the people that can say, yeah, but remember when that happened? Do you remember how good you felt when that happened? So that you can come back to that memory and feel that again and be able to kind of get back to business. Number 4, this one's big. All of you out there have a business in mind, right? You either are deep in your business or you're getting ready to build a business or you're just at the beginning. And all of those are great. All of us have massive skills, right? That we bring to the table in our business. And truth be told, all of us have things that we are not very good at. None of us is good at all of the things. And that's okay. In fact, it would be weird if you were good at all the things. So what I want you to do is remember that confidence comes with growth. Confidence comes with building and developing. And so finding those skills that you don't own right now, that you're not confident in, all that is an indication that you need to expand your abilities in that area. So I want you to take a course. I want you to read a book. I want you to hire a coach. I want you to find somebody that's farther down the path than you are and absorb all their knowledge and build that skill within yourself. That makes a big difference because as you're building your skills, your confidence grows. Now you can offer that, or now you can be confident in that area of your business. Really, really important. Okay, this is the one that that my clients often say like, oh, okay, fine. Do I have to do it in a public bathroom? So I want you to say things out loud. Say things over and over again out loud. There is something different. So the other way you can do this, or in addition, I think, really, is journal it. So there is something behind in the science, in the brain science of saying things out loud. Your brain hears that differently than when you say it in your head. Okay? Writing things down, your brain remembers it differently when you write it out versus just saying it in your head. So sometimes what I will do is I will go, when I go to the bathroom, I will come out, I'll be washing my hands, and I'll look in the mirror and be like, you are a badass. You are an amazing, amazing profit coach. You have the capability to change people's lives, make massive difference, and help them create the dream they're kind of trying to create right now. And all they're looking for is you. Now, does that sound a little weird when you say that out loud in the bathroom by yourself? Yeah, it does. It does. Totally does. Gonna feel weird. I don't care. Because I know the more times that I say things like that out loud, the more times I look myself in the eye in the mirror and do this, the more impact it has. And I've been doing this for a really long time, and I didn't realize all of the science behind it until I actually picked up the most recent book from Mel Robbins. And it's the High Five Habit, I think. And it is essentially talks all about the science behind this, right? The brain psychology behind this and the rewiring of your synapses to start believing things. So if you want to read more about that, if you want to learn more about kind of the science behind the idea of looking yourself in the mirror and saying things and how that builds your confidence, then I recommend strongly that book by Mel Robbins. And I'll make sure that's in the show notes, okay? So don't be weird. Just go into the bathroom and say really nice things about yourself to yourself out loud. And you can also journal about it too, but say it out loud in the bathroom. And the 6th thing that I think you really need to remember, you chose the path that is entrepreneur for a reason. That took massive confidence. It took massive confidence to decide that you were going to build a business from nothing. From nothing. There was nothing. And now there's a business. and you're building it and you're growing it and you're doing it every day. And you're here listening to this podcast, trying to get yourself better at that every week. That is amazing. That is to be celebrated. You are to be celebrated for taking on that level of a risk, that level of a situation where you are willing to go out on a limb and be brand new at something and do it anyway. So I want you to take the time to do these things, okay? Clear your message out, track your wins, find your hype squad, invest in yourself, and remember, you're the boss of your own business. This is your own making. You're a badass entrepreneur. You are capable of building a profitable business. In fact, you're doing it right now. So I promised you that I would say something a story. I'll tell you a story about the times where I was not as confident as I wanted to be. This wasn't actually that long ago. And usually confidence is something that I have. But for whatever reason, it was a new networking group. I was getting back into networking, seriously networking. So this was probably 3.5, 4 years ago. I was just getting into the point of doing my business really full time. And I told a girlfriend that I would like to go to this networking meeting. And I sounded really good and really confident and super excited. And she said she was going to come with me. And there was a little pit in my stomach of, oh God, that means I have to go now. Oops. And then I got to the parking lot and she's standing outside the door because she knew well enough to know I was going to chicken out. I wasn't going to go in the room. And it didn't feel good, guys. I did not feel good. I was dressed up. I'd done my hair, felt like an adult human, but I just wasn't feeling it. And so I got to the door and I said to her, I don't know if I want to go in, Rebecca. I'm not sure. She's like, whatever, get in here right now. So sometimes your hype squad can be a little bit aggressive. But what I remember from that day is I was really nervous the whole time, right? This didn't go away right away. But what I remember from that day was it was the beginning of me doing it really consistently, of me getting up and going to networking events and sharing my story and sharing my business. And it was the beginning of me building my confidence when I hadn't done that like that in a long time. And if nothing else, if this feels hard to you, if it feels like, how do I even get started? Then find your wing woman, find your Rebecca, and have them meet you at the networking meeting. Or if you're needing some more support on this, then reach out to me. You can reach me through DMs on Instagram, or you can email me. Let's have a conversation about how you individually can build the confidence, because that's how you make a profitable business, and you are 100% capable of doing it. So just wanted to share that story today so that you guys realized, yeah, I am confident a lot of the time. I have been doing this for a long time now, but that wasn't always the case, and I have to work on it. Everybody has to work on it, and you are capable of working on it too. So go forth, be confident, and sell that business. And I look forward to talking to you next week. If today's topic is one you know you struggle with, I invite you to book a free profit call with me and share your struggles, your goals, and together we can decide how coaching with me could be the way to shift you into a profit maker. The best way to book this call is either go to Instagram at Samantha N. Varner. That's SAMANTHANVARNER. Or go to https://bit.ly/free profit call and book your call today. And let's get you moving towards being a profit maker in your business. Thanks again for joining me, Samantha Varner, in this episode of She Needs Grit. Let's talk shop again soon. If you like this episode, hit follow, share with a friend, and leave me a 5-star review in your podcast app. Every review means other gritty women just like you find the show and grow their profitable business today. I invite you to connect with me on Instagram at Samantha N. Varner, or just pop over to my site at shecollective.biz. And that's .biz with a Z or a Z if you happen to be in Canada. I'll be back next week with more so you can create confidence, clients, and cash in your business with simple strategy and none of the drama.